Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Jasmine, and here I'm going to present to you something I made yesterday. It's just a final update on my recent project, and then I'll move to other things. I chose a picture here because I love textiles too, especially kiln fabric or upholstery stuff, weaving, batik, etc. I've collected so much over the years, and I'm taking a break from that though. Would like to go back to making my own clothes after listing all the vintage clothes from my family's closet. But overall, it's overwhelming, so that's why I'm getting into metals to take a break from my fabrics. Anyways, on to the next one. Oh, this is what I've been working on last night. I've been wanting to solder for a very long time. I just never made time to get the supplies, and any hobby can get quite expensive. I have way too many hobbies. So can you guess what I'm trying to imitate or copy here? Yeah, it took me maybe an hour or two to draw this, but during the engraving process, it took over 2 hours, like 2.5 hours on each piece. So 5 hours in total to engrave all of this. Took quite a while. And embossing, I want to get into embossing, but that would take even longer, like 3 or 4 hours. I don't know. Yeah, I might have to tinker with the X tool a little bit more. But yep. What inspired me to draw this was me looking up Scythian, or I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, Scythian books, historical books, and I came across this. It says this image depicts an artifact often referred to as a Scythian mistress of animals, or related to the cult of Artemis in the Black Sea region, particularly in Turika, present-day Crimea. While the specific image might appear in various academic publications or exhibition catalogs, it is highly likely to be featured in books or articles discussing Scythian art, Greek religion and cults in the Black Sea region, or the archaeology of ancient Crimea. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing any of that right, but yeah, I like cuneiform reproduction jewelry and stuff. It's very ethnic, belly dancey to me, and I thought this was pretty here. So yeah, I plan on making more later, and other ancient art or relics. I just find them really cool looking. But yeah, I eventually want to make it pop out more. And yeah, this looks better. I think the ancient stuff looks better than mine. Mine's pretty flat. Theirs was all done by hand, so it's fascinating. So I'd like to get my hands on this book right here, but as you can see, it's almost $300, and it's like that everywhere else. Like a lot of these books are over $100. I have a couple from college and when I go thrifting, sometimes I find some, but I moved away, and I told my mom to donate all my books. For some reason, I very much regret it, because yeah, I could use some of that right now, because they were planning on moving, but we decided not to move. Yep, this one, very pretty. The cover, that is, so it makes me want to buy it. Is more pictures of what I made last night. As you can see, it's flat on the side, the center picture. And I added some resin to the circular on the far left. It's a smaller picture, so I'm not sure if you could see that, but I've added resin because I want to imitate it like a enameling, but enameling is very expensive to me, for me that is. Eventually, if I, what's that, get a job or a better job, I would like to get into that. I would take classes for it, buy the supplies for it. But when I have a job, I have no time to do anything else. Like, yeah, so hopefully they'll allow me to have break time or a day off or two for me to do that. And on the far right, that small picture, that's one of the first belts I made that was all metal. I've been making belts, but that was the first one that was just all metal. No hemp cord or anything. And the rings are pretty weak, so I'm thinking of soldering them or just replacing the big centerpiece with the one I just made. But I'm not sure if it would go along with that. Like, as you could see in the below picture, like, I'm not sure if that would go well. So I'm still brainstorming ideas on what to do with that. Or I might just sell it as it is. Sorry, my cat is biting me because he wants my attention right now. Here is what inspired me to shape my metal is this antique Ottoman silver wing shaped belt buckle. It's from the 20th century. Some are from the 19th century and even from like the 1600s, 1500s I've seen. Those are usually at museums though, across the world. I've only seen them from pictures on the internet and from books. Yeah, I just borrowed some books from the local library of mine. So I may even make a video of those pictures I've seen from certain books. I'm not sure if I'd get in trouble for that. Like, I'm not trying to copy everything that's like everything in those books, but just certain images that I find inspiring and beautiful. And this belt buckle I saw on eBay, and I would love to buy it. But as I said earlier, I don't have a job, so I'm applying right now though. And I believe I'll sell soon, so I won't be able to buy it in time. Here's another antique buckle that's on Etsy. So gorgeous. And I would not exactly, you can't exactly copy it, like all the details, but I want to make similar. I want to make them similar to that. It does take a lot of time, work, and he's selling this for I think $150. I could be wrong, somewhere around the 200 range or 300. I haven't seen some that were like 7, 800, so I don't remember how much this one is. It's probably more than 150. I'm getting it confused with this other buckle, but cause see it has charms underneath and it's antique. It's more than likely made of like silver. It has a lot of silver. But the thing with the Middle East, they mixed silver with nickel and a lot of other metals. So I've tested it out. They would be magnetic, but if it's from the Ottoman Empire or even before that, it's likely to have some silver in it because they just mixed all sorts of metals together at that time. You can see here I did get it confused. Like the previous slide, I got it confused with this one. This is 150. And I hope he doesn't mind me sharing what he's listing here. Like, I'm not getting paid for this. I just find him so So appealing. But see, this is sort of similar to the one I made, except I need to solder more metal in the back, as you could see on the right side. And this one is not just engraved, it's been embossed because it kind of pokes out. Yeah, and as I said before, I'd plan on working my way towards that. But it's so pretty. It's from the Ottoman Balkans antique, the Balkans. It's a floral pattern. And you could see, you could search them up if you want. Here is the last example. I'm not sure where I got this one, either eBay or Pinterest. Like Google Images, they have all the pictures here, but yeah, I would definitely give credit if I know where I got this from. But see on the right side, metal on the back, it's kind of what's that? Kind of pokes out, like the edges poke out, very similar to the one I made. Antique, and it looks mysterious. Like I'm sure the artisans, they don't engrave their initials or anything, so it's just like mysterious and stuff. I did that with one of my belts, and I may not do that anymore because I'm sure there's people out there like me that like mysterious stuff. Like, it's okay to not know the artist, I guess. That's probably why my belt didn't sell, or that I just don't advertise enough. I don't want to pay extra. I'm not making enough to pay extra. If I was selling a lot, I would probably spend more on advertising, but it is what it is. It is probably the second belt I made with the metal I've carved out and engraved on my own, that I drew on my own. And it took a very long time because I did take breaks in between, but it still would have taken me a long time if I was making it nonstop. But yeah, a lot of brainstorming required for this, and it's kind of a hassle to put this on because you'd think you could put this on from the center, but no, it's on the side. So if you're wearing it, you'd have to unlock the lobster clasps on your right side if you were wearing it. As shown here, it would be, it's on the left, but if you're wearing it on the right. And this was made from upcycled materials, and I may need to even go back and fix it because it's kind of loose on the loops that have these brass ball charms hanging from it. Most of it's vintage, by the way, except for the center chain and what I made, of course, but and the what's that? I used hemp cord and what's that? Waxed cord, because it supposedly makes it stronger. It's supposed to imitate leather, I think, but it has both hemp and polyester cord. I would get actual leather cord and stuff if it had the colors, but I haven't seen any thin waxed leather cord with those colors that I've used on the bottom. The ones that are hanging from that are hanging down, try to make it kind of like a fringe style. But yeah, I may need to go back and even sew the loops because one of them is loose, not all of them, but one of them's loose on the right side, and I may just go back and sew more thread. I'll use thread though to sew them in place so it's secured in one area, it doesn't move around. So I would take pictures with my cell phone of my sketches, and then I would transfer them into the Xtool software. And that you see on the left, that's what I did. And I would have to manually cut out because the AI generator cutout doesn't work too well. And it's actually faster. It's like like a fill-in bucket, kind of. It would take longer because I don't want to get rid of the shading, so it all depends on how much you do your shading and stuff. And on the right here, upper right, I just wanted a picture to show it up close. Not sure if you could see that. And this design was inspired by this one Scythian Gold by Ellen Reader book. And I bought it off eBay. It was among the cheapest books that I could get my hands on. I'm not sure how much it was, either like $7, but then including shipping and tax, it was like $18. I'm not sure. It's not bad. And it's still, I still have a lot of pictures I kind of want to imitate. This was actually like a sculpture of like these griffins or like lions, and it was like sculptures at a graveyard, I think, to depict like, because they were like a warrior tribe, warrior culture, nomadic warrior culture that loved riding horses and stuff. And yeah, they made I guess it was to symbolize something of a warrior class. So this is the third belt that's all metal. No, it would be the second belt I made that's mostly all metal. And it was done with laser engraving. I did not get to solder this one. I used a lot of the Annie's super glue, and I would not recommend jiggling and wiggling with it on. I would just wear it for looks. Like if I was in this shape again, it's been years since I've been in this shape as like the mannequin, I would totally rock it, just wear it around, because it's pretty. It's like the Stevie Nicks gypsy look. It's supposed to, I was trying to copy the Evil Eye, but I'm not sure. Most people think the Evil Eye is bad, but from what I remembered reading about some cultures in the Middle East, it was just the evil eye is supposed to represent, like an evil eye talisman is supposed to represent if anybody has evil intentions for the person wearing this, it would just send it back to them, is what I mean. So to cancel out the evil intentions. It's kind of a superstition, mythology, but I just think they're pretty. And yeah, the centerpiece is made of glass pebbles. Yeah. So if I were to ever make this again, I would solder it, but at the time I didn't have the equipment or the supplies to solder like I do now. But yeah, this has been super glued. I'm not sure if it would sell. I have it on my Etsy, but yeah, I would try. I made the disclaimer that this is only for looks. I would not recommend using this for belly dancing. Here is a picture of my second project I will be doing. A sneak peek. I'm not going to be taking too many pictures throughout the process like I did with this belt buckle, but yeah, I'm pretty excited. I've been wanting to do this since I was a teenager, but I got distracted with many other things. School, there was a lot of pressure to be getting into other careers, because I've been told so many times that there's not much benefits to pursuing like art degrees. I would have loved to get into art degree. I wanted to be many things when I was growing up. at one point wanted to be a tattoo artist, a fashion designer. I wanted to be a writer. Like, not even really be a dancer, like perform in front of people. I just always liked doing it as an exercise, and it was fun to make some moves when you were at a club with your friends. Yeah, it's been years since I went to a club or anything, but and what else? I wanted to be a nurse. There was many things I wanted to get into. I wanted to be an art teacher. But yeah, a lot of things came up and now I'm back trying to get into art, but yeah, it's hard. The My dad would always tell me about the starving artist. So that's why it took me so long to get back into it. But anyways, thanks for watching. I do apologize if it was like a boring presentation, but I'm just practicing here. And if by chance you did enjoy it a little bit, please subscribe or give a thumbs up and help this channel grow. Because if anything, I could learn to edit videos and make them better, get better audio quality here. But thank you so much for taking your time. You have a wonderful day.